Good evening, Houston. Thank you for being here for tonight's virtual design update meeting for the Fulton Street reconstruction from Quitman to Hogan Street projects. I'm Kenya Williams with Houston Public Works, and I'm excited to connect with you all. This project was designed with you in mind, and your voice matters to us. We want to hear your thoughts, answer your questions, and work together to build a stronger, more resilient Houston. Before we jump in, we kindly ask you hold your questions until the end of the presentation. We want to make sure you get all the information you need, and many of your questions might be answered along the way. Plus, saving your questions for the Q&A means we can keep things flowing smoothly. Don't worry, we've reserved plenty of time at the end just for you to get the answers you're looking for. Thanks so much for your cooperation. Now let's get started.
Most of these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash.
Council member, this project is in one of the most active and engaged parts of our city, District H. And representing this dynamic district is your phenomenal council member, Mario Castillo. Thanks so much for being here today, council member. The floor is yours.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Thank you all so much for this virtual engagement meeting. I just want to encourage folks to really listen to the information, ask questions at the end, have good ideas and feedback to share. There will be an opportunity to really go into the details, and this is a project that a lot of the community is excited for, as this stretch of Fulton is a rough road to drive and can stand to benefit tremendously from the reconstruction, the enhancements, as well as just being able to connect corridors like Quitman and Hogan in a safe and accessible way. So thank you all for putting on this meeting and doing the engagement with the neighborhood, which is going to be, a key component to a good project outcome overall. So thank you all.
Thank you, Councilmember Castillo. Thank you for joining us tonight. So here this evening is also a key leader from Houston Public Works, Assistant Director Tanu Hiremith. She plays an important role in helping bring projects like this one to life. Now she's here to introduce the talented project team working behind the scenes to make this vision a reality. Please welcome Assistant Director Hiremith.
Thank you, Kenya. Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us this evening to receive this information. I take great pride in introducing my project team. Michelle Randon from City of Houston, she's a project lead. The project manager on this project is Derek Holmes. Stefan William is supporting him on this project. We have Sherry Kang, who's our managing engineer over the entire team. Our consultants for this project is Hatch Associates, and we have Mark Scaley with Hatch Associates with us today. Thank you very much, and back to you, Kenya.
Thanks, Tanu. All right, folks, buckle up because we're about to dive headfirst into the design of this project and who to contact in case you have questions or feedback to share. It's time to equip yourselves with the knowledge and tools to navigate this project like pros. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Now, to walk us through some exciting design updates, we're joined by Mark Scaley with Hatch Associates. He's been hard at work at shaping a vision that reflects this community's needs. We're thrilled to have you here with us tonight, Mark. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Kenya. And like Tanu, I also have been, privileged, and I also take pride in the team I've had a chance to work with and continue to work with Michelle and Stefan and Derek with the city. And it's been a very exciting design so far, and looking forward to presenting this. And certainly to echo your sentiments there, any questions or detailed type of information, I'd be happy to address at the end. So the Fulton Street reconstruction project, as Mario had mentioned, The project limits or project area is along Fulton Street, and it's between Quitman and Hogan Street. So it encompasses about 6 city blocks and or city/neighborhood, because this is a bit of a unique area where we have some commercial and residential areas. And it's a very functional corridor regarding pedestrians, traffic with vehicles, and it also has that neighborhood feel. So the cost of the project is approximately $7.5 million. That's a construction cost estimate. Looking to start in the winter of 2027, and the completion of the project is earmarked for the winter of 2029. And if you want to go to the next slide. So a summary of the components that make up the design and what will become the construction of this area includes a new storm drainage. Important word there is capacity, because the existing system right now is undersized, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to enhance the drainage system, which comes along Partial Street for folks who know that area locally. So we'll improve what's coming through. We'll be able to store more stormwater under the street, and then that will go down to the Pashel system, and then over to the White Oak Bayou is where the storm drainage eventually ends up. The street itself, as Mario mentioned, I think everyone's looking forward to an improved road surface, which will comprise of concrete paving. The street lights and signals will all be new, so that includes the Quitman and Hogan intersection and the lighting in between. The pedestrian realm will be greatly improved as well. The high visibility crosswalks and just improved sight lines with the corridor. I think it's going to be a nice fresh change for folks who like to walk this area, and it will improve the safety as well. Driveways will also be all reconstructed through the corridor, so folks who live along this area will be able to experience an improved driveway setting. And I mentioned stormwater quite a bit, which is one of the focal points for the underground utilities. But there will be some impacts on the sanitary sewer and water lines, but those impacts will be fairly minor. Mentioned the corridor before, maybe a key point, this being in the Council H and between Hogan and Quitman. We do have some schools that are nearby, so that brought the team to a good attention to the detail of the pedestrian realm and ensuring that we have safety for the pedestrians. The project goals. Really, it's a full right-of-way reconstruction. So this is not going to be a bunch of patches completed. This is going to be a full reconstruction of the road, the sidewalk, the grassed areas in between, and it will also include the power poles as well. So the pavement surface will be concrete, and it'll provide a smoother and safer experience for both drivers and pedestrians. The drainage system is going to be greatly enhanced. You'll see a lot more catch basins to be able to collect the water. The drainage pipes below the street will be larger to be able to store the water, and it'll help with the overall drainage scheme of the area. Trees are an important aspect to this project, so we've taken a lot of considerations into that, and we've put a lot of attention to keeping the trees as much as practical. However, some trees that are within conflicts of the sidewalks and the power poles and in areas of the pedestrian realm that really require those trees to be removed will be replaced with improved trees through the corridor. And there's only really a handful of those trees that are going to be impacted. The essence of the project is really to preserve the mature trees, because there are some really nice oak trees, and there's some nice trees that we want to make sure we keep through this area. And meeting the current standards is an important aspect, especially as it pertains to drainage. The sidewalks will be wider, 6 feet wide, so it'll be an improved ADA compliant area. As mentioned before, concrete paving is what's being proposed between Quitman and Hogan. If you go to the next slide, as far as what to be experienced. The existing corridor, the right-of-way corridor, is it's a little bit haphazard as far as the width of the roads, the lane structure, and the sidewalks and the grass strip area. So what's going to come from the proposed project is going to be 15-foot wide lanes, which is 4 feet greater than what would be typical. 11 feet is normal for a lane width. And what that's going to allow is the intermittent parking for cars, which is much like it is like now. So I think the community can feel assured that their parking areas are not going to be impacted in a negative way. However, it will allow for a better delineation of the lanes and the throughways for the vehicles. New trees will be planted throughout the project limits, mostly where trees have to be removed. So I don't think there's going to be a major change on the tree appeal, other than we're trying to keep the protected trees and the nice trees that we have out there now to be protected and preserved. As far as traffic signals, there's 2 existing intersections within the project limits that are signalized. That's Quitman Street and Hogan Street. So I'll take a deeper dive into each of those. If you go to the next slide. Over at Quitman Street, as you can see, we do have the mast pole, which is relatively new, of a structure for the signals, and you can see the bollards, which have recently been removed as part of another project, and we're going to completely enhance this intersection. It's going to integrate with the current. There's a current project running through Quitman Street that's going to include bike lanes. You may see that project happening now. In our project, we've shared our design, and they've shared their design. So we've been coordinating closely with the leaders of that project, and we will be integrating the construction of this intersection to include those bike lanes, and we'll enhance the curbs as well as the pedestrian corridor and the pedestrian crossings through there. Another important aspect is we're going to go back to reintroduce the turning lanes coming along Fulton, coming into Quitman from Fulton, going north and south. So we will reintroduce those turning lanes as part of our project. You may not see that right away with the project that's happening now, but when our project comes through, we'll be enhancing that intersection to a full reconstruction. As far as Fulton Hogan, as you can see in the photo to the left, the cable and pole configuration will be replaced with a more advanced system. The pole and mast facilities will be installed. It's a pretty tight corridor there, so we really had the project team really had to be diligent with how we can work the pedestrian and through traffic at that intersection. But I think we did a nice job with being able to not only protect pedestrians, but also not impact the flow of traffic through here, because there are quite a bit of cars that come through this intersection. Next slide. As far as the drainage system, as I mentioned earlier, the existing drainage system is relatively undersized, anywhere from 18-inch diameter pipes to about 30-inch sized pipes, which is relatively small when you're thinking about this type of an area. The upgrades of the drainage system under the road are going to range from about 24-inch, which is the minimum standard now, according to the city's infrastructure design manual, all the way up to 54-inch as we get close to Paschal Street. So there's an area there. Paschal would be kind of like the downstream portion of this project corridor, and that's mainly for storage of water under the street. That's mainly the purpose of having these large diameter pipes. Next slide. As far as the wastewater system goes, the existing wastewater infrastructure under the street is in good condition. However, with the larger drainage pipes that are required to facilitate the mitigation or flooding drainage 2-year and 10-year storms, we are looking to provide some sanitary sewers to help with the conflicts to accommodate for homes at which their sanitary service lines would be impacted by the larger drainage. So you would see that there are going to be some sanitary sewer additions, but the effects to the existing sanitary system will be minor since these are more localized installations for this area. Okay, as mentioned, sanitary sewer upgrades are designed. They will accommodate some of the conflicts with the larger drainage system. Water lines, haven't mentioned much about the potable or drinking water, but the drinking water system through this area is relatively new. However, some of the fire hydrants and service lines will need to be relocated, and these are small relocations where the fire hydrants, are impacting the sidewalk area or, permanent impacts like that. And so there will be some small relocations, but the main water lines will be kept as is. As far as lighting, there will be new lighting throughout the corridor, and there's a lighting design that will facilitate that. So that will help with safety for vehicles as well as pedestrians. Next slide. Okay, Kenya, I think this is the time at which I would bring it back to you, and I would be happy to address any technical or further questions at the end.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for that, for all those great details. So next steps. Currently, this project is in the design phase. We anticipate it going to construction at the beginning of next year. Houston Public Works will come back and host a how to prepare for construction meeting with everyone once it gets closer to the construction timeline. So what do we mean when we say completed by or start by winter? So let's break it down. Here's how we define the seasons in our construction timeline. Winter is January, February, March. Want to learn more? Dive deeper into the project by visiting engagehouston.org. There you can explore detailed project info and take a closer look at the exhibits we shared today. While you're there, don't forget to register and join the conversation. Your questions, comments, and feedback are always welcome. If this project is of great interest to you, then be sure to hit the subscribe button in the top corner of the project page. Once you're subscribed, you'll receive email updates delivered straight to your inbox as the project progresses. Stay in the loop with just one click. And now, a brief demo on how to navigate on engagehouston.org.
Welcome to engagehouston.org, your go-to hub for staying informed and involved in Houston's infrastructure projects. Want to view the site in a different language? Just click the globe icon in the top right corner and choose the one that works best for you. Under You're Invited, you'll find upcoming virtual community meetings. When it's time to join, just click the link. It goes live automatically. Click on any project page to explore details like budgets, timelines, maps, and why each project matters. Scroll down for construction updates, downloadable plans, and more insights about what's happening in your community. And here's one of our most powerful tools, the interactive map. Simply enter your address to see projects happening in or near your neighborhood. It's an easy way to stay connected to improvements right where you live. Have questions? Visit the FAQ page or use the Engage Us tab to get in touch with our team directly. Use the top menu to explore projects across the city or type a project name right into the search bar to find what you need fast. Want full access? Click Register, create a username, set your password, answer a few quick questions, confirm your email, and you're in. Welcome to EngageHouston.org, Houston's award-winning platform where transparency meets progress, and your voice helps shape the city's future.
We're always here for you. Got questions or concerns about this project? No worries, we've got your back. Need help fast? Just call 311 anytime. Prefer email? reach out to us directly at engage@houstontx.gov. We love hearing from you. Your feedback keeps us moving in the right direction, so let's stay connected. Before we wrap up, a big thank you. Let's take a moment to show some love to the incredible individuals and teams who made tonight possible. A huge thank you to District H and Councilmember Castillo for his unwavering support. Shout out to our dedicated project team for their hard work and commitment to improving our community. And let's not forget our amazing engagement team for making this meeting seamless and engaging. But most importantly, thank you. Your time, attention, and participation mean the world to us. Now, we have one small favor. Spread the word. Share what you've learned with your friends and neighbors, and let's keep our community informed and empowered. One of the best parts about being here tonight, you get exclusive real-time answers from our incredible project team. This is your moment to ask, clarify, and get the details straight from the experts. So don't be shy, fire away. And to lead us through this interactive session, I'm thrilled to introduce someone who knows how to keep the conversation flowing, Brittany Johnson from our outstanding engagement team. Take it away, Brittany.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Kenya. Like she said, I'm Brittany Johnson with Houston Public Works. Thank you for joining us for tonight's virtual meeting in regard to the Fulton Street reconstruction from Quitman to Hogan project. And welcome to the Q&A session. This is your opportunity to connect with our team, ask questions, and share your thoughts about this project. Your input is incredibly valuable, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. Submitting a question is simple. Just follow these steps. Click the Q&A icon on the right-hand side of your screen. It looks like a speech bubble with a question mark. Type your question into the text box and hit send. Please include your name and email if you have a question that requires additional research. While we wait for your questions to come in, just a quick reminder, tonight's Q&A isn't the end of the conversation. If you think of something later, feel free to visit us at engagehouston.org. With that being said, let's get started. So the first question that we have is, why does this project matter? The project fully reconstructs Fulton Street between Quitman and Hogan is about 4 lanes, undivided concrete roadway with new storm drainage curbs, sidewalks, driveways, street lighting, traffic control, and underground utilities, replacing pavement that the city has flagged as deteriorated beyond normal repair. So our next question is, where can I learn more about this project and see updates? So you can find more about this project and everything else that you need to know about it on engagehouston.org. You'll find project overviews and answers to frequently asked questions. If you want to stay informed, subscribe to the project page and get notified automatically when updates are posted. It's the easiest way to stay informed on your favorite projects, I'm sorry.
What was the first question? Sorry.
The first question was, why does this project matter?
Michelle or
So
Stefan, can you take that, please?
I already
Oh, you answered it.
answered
Okay,
it.
sorry.
Yes, it's okay. The next question we have is, are any other utilities included in this construction?
Would you like me to take that one,
Yes, please go ahead.
Kenya? Okay, great. So the utilities covered, we covered a lot on drainage. So I wanted to make sure that that's emphasized because that's one that really needed the most enhancement and will require the most construction that's subsurface. Other utilities also include power pole relocations, which the preferable location is towards the back of the right-of-way or more away from the street, and also new lighting. So new lighting is another critical component that's part of a utility that we want to make sure we emphasize is part of the project. Maybe some of the less recognized ones. I mentioned that the drinking water lines are in adequate condition. They're in good condition. So only conflicts which are more localized. Like I said, there's a couple areas where a catch basin has to go and a water line needs a relocation just within that small area. So you may have some small impacts with that. And the sewer, sanitary sewer, there are some areas that, again, to address conflicts with the new drainage system, some new sanitary sewer piping will be required. And I think that
Okay.
covers the big, yeah, I think that covers it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think we have one last question. Will any services be disrupted?
Yeah. So yeah, kind of in concert with the previous item about the utilities. Drinking water obviously is an important one for the community to make sure that, you have constant service, and if you do not, you get proper notice and are aware of any kind of impacts. The good news is that a full reconstruction or full replacement of the drinking water lines would create a lot of impacts. In this case, the impacts are going to be very minor. They're going to be local service lines that would be, a much more temporary type of an impact where advance notice would be provided, communications would be provided, and the impacts would be pretty nominal. Sanitary sewer, again, kind of the same thing where the impacts would be pretty much I don't think they would really be noticeable because the new sanitary that's being put in is being put in near the old sanitary. So the sequencing of the activities would be such that I think the residents would feel assured that their impacts would be really minimal.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that wraps up our Q&A session for this meeting. On behalf of Houston Public Works, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to Councilmember Mario Castillo and the entire District Age staff. Thank you for your support. I also want to take the time to thank the project team, the public engagement team, and most importantly, you, our community members and stakeholders, for taking the time to join us tonight. Until next time, thank you and have a great night.